Democracy is the only form of government that protects both the majority and the minority, valuing the voice, will, and well-being of the people above all else. This is why it has yielded such great results in places like the European Union and other countries or communities, and this is why the European Union has the moral duty to promote it. We believe that the European Union must recognize that there is a social force that stands at the heart of its principles, which morally binds the European Union to use its influence and power to popularize democracy. We also understand promoting democracy as the active promotion of the democratic values such as human rights and legitimacy of the governing body and freedom both economically and socially. The burden of our team is to demonstrate that from an exclusively moral point of view, the European Union has the duty to do whatever is necessary to promote democracy. It is important to note, though, that the moral thing to do isn't always the right thing to do. More to the point, situations might arise where the use of force needed to promote democracy would result in unthinkable practical results, such as starting a nuclear war, and therefore should not be pursued even though the moral duty still exists. Our two arguments will explain why the moral duty to promote democracy exists and why it applies even when force is necessary. As a first argument, we believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity an obligation, every possession a duty. It is the European Union's citizens' social rights, economic opportunities, and actual possessions that imply the European Union's moral duty to promote democracy as the mechanism for raising the living standard everywhere. We believe that once someone has found a way to progress, that person has the duty to share the method with everyone, as this is how even more progress occurs. This is beautifully exemplified by the process of EU integration, which has helped many countries become more prosperous, but more importantly, it has helped both the newly integrated countries and the founders of the European Union. This shows how the EU has also a moral duty to its citizens to strive for worldwide progress through democracy in order to make their lives better as well. This stands at the basis of the European Union enlargement and European Union international trade agreements, such as Cotonou Agreement, which stipulates that if either of the 79 countries in Africa, the Caribbean, and Pacific do not respect human rights, trade can be stopped. We also believe that with great power comes great responsibility. The European Union has the duty to promote its values because it is one of the most important international organisms in the world. Therefore, it has enough social, political, and especially economical force to effectively promote them. The European Union, through its strength, can and is interacting with many world leaders in order to promote democracy simply because it is the right agent to do this. It is not tainted by the oil accusations the USA is tainted by, and therefore is a more trustworthy negotiation partner. As a second argument, we believe that this duty applies especially where force is needed, because those are the places where there is most need for democracy and its values. Dictatorships and oppressive regimes will be far less likely to start embracing the democratic values of the world, but the European Union still has a moral duty to exert force upon these regimes in order to help alleviate the hard living conditions of the people in those countries. Its duty is perhaps even more important here, where the people's voice has almost no echo in the ears of the leaders, but the voice of the international community, which could be rallied by the European Union and its members, and the force of its economic sanctions and possible embargoes, are much more powerful tools of modeling the oppressor's perspective. The duty here is triggered by the fact that if the European Union can even pretend to believe in the voice of the people, then it has to help the voice be heard everywhere in the world, or at least use its strength to make the wishes of those voices come as close to reality as possible. Ideas are not limited by borders, and therefore, if we believe that the state should represent the needs and wishes of the people, then we believe that the European Union has to intervene wherever that is not the case to promote the values of democracy. Concluding, I would like to say that the European Union has been blessed with the power to change the world, and this alone imposes upon it the duty to change it for the better, whatever the circumstances. Thank you.